Hey team, I've been getting asked lots of questions around Pinterest lately, and I thought what a great opportunity to be able to have a chat with you about Pinterest as well, in case this is a platform that you're thinking about exploring, that you're currently exploring, and if you have been exploring for a while, then I would love it if you shared with us your experience in the comments as well. Sharing is caring, and we all have the opportunity to be able to contribute to help other men and women in business. So let's talk about Pinterest for a few minutes. So Pinterest isn't predominantly a platform in which I have personally used until recently to grow the different aspects of my work for the coaching, my e-program, and then also the digital marketing side. I think it was probably maybe the start of the year where we decided that we would start exploring on this platform. And look, the reason why we did this is because a few people had kind of been floating around the idea of Pinterest, talking about Pinterest. I use it for business, like in terms of looking. For some of our clients, like looking at beauty therapy tips and, different, I guess, type of audiences. There's some really cool infographics on there and different types of, static images. So I personally, and I also love looking at it for my own things like recipes. So I was an avid user of the platform. We just weren't using it for business. And I guess, I'd also heard that people had some really great results, and I thought, why not? Pinterest is quite different to the other three platforms that we mainly use at Social Renegades. So the three platforms that we've predominantly, like in terms of social media platforms, have predominantly focused on in the past are Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Now, the reason for that is because that they are more B2B style platforms. So what that means is that you build relationships with people in order to connect with them and then turn into paying customers and clients in the long term. It's not uncommon that I share videos like this onto YouTube, but it's not my main platform. And then I launched a podcast last year, maybe it was the year before now, but that will feature back into the business later in this year. So again, a different style of way to connect with people. They're more value and educational type of driven platforms like YouTube and podcast platforms, whereas Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, they're also value driven, but you can connect more on that one-on-one basis. And then I guess Pinterest is just completely different altogether because, of course, it's an image sharing platform. And like very small amounts of content, and then you lead your online audience to your recipe or to your website or where they can go ahead and buy your product. So as a consumer, it interests me, and I thought, you know what, why not? Let's just give it a go. We don't have any growth goals on the platform yet. We're more in that explorative stage, but we've definitely learned a few things, and I can tell you why it's a great option to consider this platform for your business if you've been thinking about it. So one of the benefits to Pinterest, like platforms like YouTube and podcasts and Google My Business, is that it is an SEO driven platform. So what that means is that your target audience or your ideal customer or client can go onto Google and they could Google about the product or the service that you offer, and the Pinterest link will come up in the list of recommendations. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn do not have that capability. They are not SEO driven. They are consumption driven platforms. Different topic. So I guess that's one very big reason why it's quite valuable. I guess as users are very different as well because they're not there to connect. They're there to scroll. They're there to pick up awesome tips and tricks. And that really is the type of content in which you would be wanting to create if you decided to use this platform as a business growth platform. So like as I mentioned, you can share infographics and you can also share carousel posts, up to 5 posts, and then you do a short description and then you lead the person to your website or wherever it is that you're wanting them to go. So I guess the really cool thing about this platform is that its intent is to actually drive people to your website or to a destination off the platform. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, they want their consumer to stay on that platform for as long as humanly possible. So they don't love it when we provide links that are external to their platforms. In fact, it actually decreases our posts in terms of the reach. So um, I'm just thinking about Instagram stories and Facebook stories, hence my delay there. But they give us the opportunity, I guess, and incentivize us to use links in terms of that feature. But most of the time, like if you look at Instagram, we can't include hyperlinks in our captions. We are always asking people to DM, or we're suggesting that they go ahead and go to our bio. If we're tagging products, they don't, the ideal customer for those products, they don't get immediately taken to your website. You then go through, I guess, a bit more of like a screening page to decide if you really want to leave LinkedIn to go and look at, not LinkedIn, Instagram, to look at the products that you're looking for. And Facebook decreases, and so does LinkedIn. If you've put a link in your post, it will actually decrease the organic reach that you have on it. So lots of, I guess, challenges around using those platforms to lead your ideal customer or client somewhere else. Unless it's a paid ad, of course, and that's totally fine, because, of course, these platforms like to make their money. So Pinterest actually encourages us to be able to encourage our audience to be able to go and check those out, which is a really cool, I guess, type of feature to Pinterest itself. It is a global network. In terms of success, I know that like a lot of people I've spoken to have used these platforms to really access the American market more than, say, their general local market, like the Australian or the New Zealand. So if you're wanting to broaden your reach and you're wanting to get more of those American or Canadian clients, then Pinterest could be a really great opportunity for you to be able to explore with that. And I guess it's a fun platform to be able to share your knowledge. It's purely driven by basically information as opposed to that sales aspect. You lead the people to where your sales are. So why is this a powerful platform? Well, I've just given you a bunch of reasons, probably about 4 or 5. For us, I guess how we have found it in terms of, the last few months, it must have been before the start of the year, but how have we found it while we've been playing around with it? It's really simple, I guess, just like every other platform to use. Super simple to set up. You get some analytics. They're fairly basic, but that's okay. They tell you what it is that you want in terms of, clicks and saves and then followers and things like that. It has been a lot slower, I guess, in terms of getting followers than I thought it would be. But that is potentially as well because our marketing strategy is not carousel and infographic posts every single day. We might post one of these styles of posts maybe in a week, or maybe every 2 weeks. So it's only when we're actually creating that type of marketing that we go ahead and we share it on to Pinterest because it's already been created. It is currently not our number one, platform to grow our business. We're just enjoying it, and I'm quite happy for it to take as long as what it needs to as we continue, to build up our knowledge and create more valuable content to put on there. It's really great for putting your blogs on there. We've definitely started, releasing blogs at minimum on a monthly basis. So it's really cool to be able to share your blog and then, sprinkle that on your other platforms and encourage more people to go to your website. But yeah, I guess it's definitely slower. My personal Pinterest, I go and save lots of things. Every single day, I would get people saving the posts that I save from other people. So I have found it quite interesting that to get that same saving momentum has taken a bit longer. The other thing you need to be mindful of is, as I mentioned, we use content that's already been created. So we're repurposing our content onto another platform. Is that when it comes to your carousel posts, hi, Adeline. When it comes to your carousel posts, I think you've got 5 that you can upload. So if you have shared 5 top tips on your Instagram and you've got a cover page and then like a page at the end that says like my profile or click here or whatever, so you've got a total of 7, you can only upload 5. Now, we've been caught on this a few times where I've said 5 something and I've only been able to share 4 or 3 because I've got too many slides. So down the track, we will definitely perfect that. But for right now, this is just, it's an exciting adventure for us to go on to learn a new platform. But yes, as I said, it is content-based driven. It is value-based driven. It is great for blogs. It is perfect to be directing your Pinterest audience to a website or to your e-com site to be able to, look at purchasing your products or your services or to know more about you. The really cool thing about that is because it's encouraging our customers to go to our websites, we then have the opportunity to set up retarget ads through Facebook to the website, right? So most of the time, and I'm pretty sure you might be able to do this in Pinterest as well. I've not played around with the paid ad side of Pinterest, but I do hear from my network buddies that they have found it to be proven to be successful. So once I do that, I'll share my insights with you on that too. But the really cool thing is that it is a website that's encouraging our audience to go somewhere that we actually want them to go instead of hiding our website links and just creating an absolute nightmare to get people to go and download our freebies or read our blogs or check out our services and our products. So this platform is exciting in that sense where they work with us for our customers and clients to be able to find out more about us, and it's perfect place to be sharing carousels, infographics, and blogs. So if you've not tried Pinterest yet, I guess I was talking to someone yesterday who was like, I hear this is a really great platform, blah, 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 blah. And look, it is. I've shared at the start of this the benefits of this platform compared to some of the others. But I guess it's really key. I say this all the time, and it's a message I bang on about. It is crucial that you are not diluting yourself by trying to spread yourself everywhere across the internet, right? There is one of you, and putting together content or any type of marketing plans in order to help you sell more takes time. It still takes me time, and I do it on a daily basis to plan, to strategize, to put the content together, to execute, to network, to engage, to create stories, all of the different types of content creation we've got access to. Pick 1, 2, or 3 platforms. We chose the 3 because they were all very similar. Once you've got that, up and running, you're seeing some great results, then look at expanding. Or if you're getting in some really great income, then you can look at growing and expanding your team and outsourcing, some of your marketing to somebody else. But if you try to be across every single platform, you are just going to burn yourself out. You're not going to be creating messages and alignment with your target audience in terms of what they actually want to see on that platform. There are billions of people on the internet. We don't need to spread ourselves individually across every single platform. Focus on what you can do and what you can commit to and what you can do consistently, and nail your marketing and sales strategy from that first or second or third platform that you have chosen. Then expand. If you're not getting success on the first or second platforms that you're using, 1, are you being consistent? 2, is your ideal customer on that platform? And 3, do you actually have any idea what you're doing? Because most of the time, if you can attract paying customers and clients from one platform, you should be able to attract them across them all, because they are, at the end of the day, we're just selling or we're building relationships with people. The way in which we do that on each platform changes slightly, but you can use the same type of strategies and implement them to the platform accordingly. So if you're not getting the results you want right now from Facebook, Instagram, or if LinkedIn is one of your platforms, then I strongly encourage you to focus on that before you start thinking, oh, those ones don't work for me, I'm going to go somewhere else. That is utter BS. You are just not using them to work for you just yet. And if you need help in that area, then please let me know, because I'm happy to answer any of your questions. But once you've got the hang of things, once you're starting to see some great results, if you start growing your team and you start outsourcing some of, the less pleasurable parts of business like admin or whatever else, and you've got more time to go ahead and start using a platform like Pinterest and explore, then amazing. By all means, go and do it. But please don't do a massive pivot from one end to the other, because I've just told you some benefits that Pinterest has got that Facebook and Instagram hasn't got. The purpose of this video is Pinterest. So if you want to know the benefits of the others, then I will share them with you another time. Anyway, that is, I guess, my words of wisdom, my information regarding Pinterest and why this is a powerful platform for your business. If you've got any questions, please go ahead, drop them in the comments below. I would absolutely love to be able to answer them and continue to explore the Pinterest platform with you.